Hello everyone, we are Group 5. So our today's topic is the logical and reasoning in contemporary society. So what is the logic? Logic is a tool for the clear thinking, evaluating the arguments and making the better decisions. It helps us to move from the emotions and random thought to reliable the conclusions. And there are the four pillars of the logical thinkings. The first one is the logic as the methodology, structural thinkings. And second one is the logical, the fallacy, to find the reasoning mistakes. And the third one is different type of the reasonings, including the deductions, inductions, abductions, and the last one is the real life applications to analyze the arguments avoid being the mislead.
Okay, this part is about brain functions in logical thinking. First, the left hemisphere helps with analytical and step-by-step thinking. The right hemisphere helps with pattern recognition and understanding connections. Different brain areas also support logical. The prefrontal cortex helps decision making. The partial lobe supports reasoning, and the temporal lobe helps memory and arguments. So, logical thinking uses different parts of the brain together to help us make better decisions.
Hello everyone. Today we'll cover two core concepts, argument and deduction. First, an argument isn't defined. It's a structured set of statements. It has premises which are the evidence, a starting point, and a conclusion, which is a claim those premises support. So argument equal premise plus conclusion. Deduction is a powerful form of the reasoning that moves from general principles to specific conclusions. Its key characteristic is certainty. To evaluate the deduction argument, we check for validity and soundness. An argument is valid if the logic is correct for it to be truly reliable. It must also be sound, which means the logic is valid and the premises are true. A sound argument guarantees a true conclusion. Take over example. All humans need water and Ali is a human are true premises. Therefore, the conclusion Ali need water is sound. In short, deduction allows us to derive certain truths from general knowledge. Thank you.
Okay, now let's explore two other fundamental types of reasoning, the inductive and abductive. First, inductive reasoning is the process of moving from the specific observation to a broader, general conclusion. For example, if you have only seen white swines, you might induce that all swines are white. The key here is that the conclusion is probable, not certain, as we know the existence of black swines provides this point. The second is abductive reasoning. This is about finding the best possible explanation for what I observe, especially when information is missing. Think of it as making an inducted guess. If you wake up and the ground is white, the most logical abduction is that it's rain. Is their best explanation among several possibilities. To summarize, the structure of reasoning, deduction gave us the certainty, induction gave us the probability, and abduction gave us the best guess. But logical isn't just about formal rules. Our brain often take the shortcuts, which we call the heuristics, to make quickly decisions.
Today, I will explain heuristics and the ability heuristics. First, heuristics are mental shortcuts that help people make decisions quickly. In daily life, we often do not have enough time to analyze everything carefully. So our brain uses simple methods to save time and energy. For example, when we see a restaurant with many customers, we may think if the food is good. This is just because we make a quick judgment based on limited information. Next is ability test. This means people jump something based on how easily example come to mind. For instance, when we frequently see airplane crash news on social media or television, people may think flying is very dangerous. However, in reality, airplanes are still one of the safest form of transportation because news is mobile and easy to record. People may always think it's dangerous. In conclusion, heuristics help us make fast decisions, but they can also lead to peace and incorrect judgment. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my part is about common logical fallacies. A logical fallacy is a mistake in reasoning. It may sound correct at first, but the structure of the argument is actually wrong. The first fallacy is ad hominem. This means attacking the person instead of discussing the argument. For example, you are too young, so your opinion is wrong. The second is face dichotomy. This is happening when someone gives only two choices, even though more options exist. For example, either you support these policies or you are against programs. The third is hasty generalization. This means make a big conclusion from very little evidence. For example, I made two routes toilets, so everyone from that country is rude. The first is straight man. This means changing someone's argument to make it easy to attract. For example, he wants to less homework, so he hates education. In conclusion, fantasies can make weak arguments look strong, so we need logical to avoid being misled. Next, we talk about real-world application of logical.
Now let's look at how logic applies on our lives. First, we have a knowledge hierarchy, where we from a simple guide to gathering evidence and finally reaching the truth. Logic is essential in various fields. It helps us in our study, improves our efficiency at work, and allow us to navigate media and politics without being deceived. In conclusion, logic is our best defense against being misled. That's all from our group. Thank you for watching.